Brian Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hey everybody, I'm Brian Posehn. You're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Did you like that pause, Blaine? Did you think I wasn't going to
We just got to watch
follow up?
Brian pick up his dog poops.
Mm-hmm.
They were really big.
And then I took a little swim.
Yeah. He had to clean himself off, and he just dove in the pool.
Yeah, and the thing was, the best part was how he didn't put the poops down before he dove in the pool. It just looked like he
no bags either. I just pick them up with my hand and hurl them into the trees.
Like in the old country.
Just yelling, "Fuck you, squirrels!"
It's like when Babe Ruth used to point at where he was going to fire Baby Ruths into the stands.
It was so nice of you to stop by the children's hospital and tell them that you were going to throw a poop just for them.
Yep. How far do you want me to throw it, kids? Ken, Dan, Blaine are here.
Yeah. Hey, hi.
They've already been talking, but that's who's talking, just in case you're slow on the uptake.
Do you think you could throw a poop all the way from here to Ventura?
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean the city, not the boulevard.
What?
Ace Ventura?
So,
If that dog turd
What
could
happened
talk,
in
though, it would
episode of
never leave the
31?
house.
before we say what happened,
Or
to
32.
episode 32, thanks Roy Harper.
Oh, hi, Roy.
Hey!
This is a Patreon subscriber.
That sounds like a real name.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's actually a famous English folk singer that was that influenced Jimmy
He listens
Page.
to our show?
Yeah. What about
Probably a different Roy
Skeletor's
Harper,
dick?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm thinking someone named David Way.
Okay, thanks,
Thinking
David.
someone named Hyatt Lazier.
How about David No Way?
I'm thinking someone named Luke Goguin.
Thanks, Luke.
Go,
And-
go.
You know, deep inside every child's heart, there's a dream. A dream born from the angels, too good for this earth. From the heavens, you might say. It's a pure kernel of joy that nestles itself deep within the rib cage, does a tippity-toe dance down the spine, does a loop-de-loo around the pelvis, and just pops out of your crotch, and it's called Skeletor's dick. Thank you, Skeletor's dick.
Always think Skeletor's
My
dick.
thighs are chafed. I need some powder.
I don't know what you guys do for a living, but I really hope at some point you realize you owe your livelihood to someone who goes by the name Skeletor's dick. Like, if you can find a way to make that happen in your chosen profession, it really brings a smile to your face.
My boss is Skeletor's dick.
I've
He is.
never seen
He's our boss.
Skeletor's dick and Darth Vader 420 in the same room.
So,
Yeah, I feel like you've made that joke about Skeletor's dick and Darth Vader 420 before.
I think they're the same guy. I'm trying. I have some people following him around. I hired Cannon. It's not the fat guy. It's a modern guy. He's like a Comic-Con detective, and he makes sure that all the episodes follow the mythology
Jesus.
step by step, and there's no overlap or weirdness. Everything follows the character Bibles.
It's Tuesday
Cannon.
night, and there's
Cannon.
there's a river of vape running through the table, it feels like. But we are just...
What?
A river of vape? I really mixed my metaphors with that one. I was imagining like when you do drugs and it's like it's flowing
You
through.
picture yourself on a boat on a river?
I guess I don't know what it's because we were talking about.
Tangerine Dreams and Lady Marmalade.
I've never seen Brian do that.
Well,
Guys. How about Queen Kong? We'll be right back.
Sorry, this is like the most off the rails we've gotten, and it's not
I'm
even.
doing takes
Oh, Jesus.
on
I've
the
truly never seen you
podcast.
make that face.
Yeah.
Oh God.
The big eyed inhale.
I got a
Wow.
bunch of comedy takes that I don't need.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get on the rails, you guys.
All right, here we go. All right.
So you guys just fought a vampire by the name of Count Fenzehn in some marshes outside the Demelith's keep.
But he was really a little salamander.
He was really just a little old undead fairy dragon that you pinned down with a web. You interrogated for a while because he was ready to die. He was kind of feeling the end. He was talking about the final ritual had already started when the last ancestor of the Demelith had sacrificed himself. And then Bodhi started talking about how maybe he could undo it by going back in time. And I thought Bodhi had an air of sincerity about it. And
My only concern about that is the things that die come back to life when you go back in time.
who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
At
Who
any
knows?
rate, all of a sudden, Count Fenzehn didn't want to die so much anymore, and he blinked out of the webbing and is currently making an escape. Bodhi took a swing at
Oh,
him
no, he's not.
and punched himself in the face, but he's just out of everyone's reach at the moment.
I'm shooting
What
some-
you nerds gonna do about it?
I would like to fire a crossbow bolt at him when I get my turn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say if you guys are all attacking, we should do a little thing called rolling for initiative. So would you do that for me, please?
Yes.
13.
11.
What's my new deal with initiative
You
with fail
you get advantage on it. So it's an 8. Roll again.
11 plus is it 13?
So what was yours, Tom?
11.
So that'll be Twee, Bodhi, Tom. You've also got a small army with you. A couple of the elves got wounded in the ruckus with Count Fenzehn, and
I assume my fire has gone out.
yes,
Thank goodness.
you took a lot of burning damage,
I
but
certainly did.
you managed.
Did you take any Burning Man damage?
Once,
My checking account sure did.
once you started chasing down Count Fenzehn, the illusion was kind of broken. All you needed was Twee to sort of explain to you that none of it was real and that it was all just sort of like a water level thing where it was a one-way mirror.
I never thought it was real, but it's still burning.
Well, you didn't, but the thing was because you failed your wisdom saving throws, your brain couldn't wrap itself
Stupid
around the truth of the this is definitely feeling like burning. The flesh overcame the brain as far as your character was concerned.
Videodrome.
Everyone knows. Heads explode. So what you gonna do, Twee? You are up first.
The salamander is.
I'll say brain scanners, not video. Videodrome is one where Debbie Harry's in it.
Yeah, that's where he pulls a gun out of his stomach.
I think I'm gonna go over to this thing with my and just sort of say, "Hey, we need to follow you back to Dad."
It's a Fenzehn, right?
Yeah.
to
He's not really interested. When Bodhi said that things could be turned back and undone, he kind of went into panic mode.
freaked him out.
I think you guys kind of figure out that he thought something was a done deal that's no longer a done deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to commune with the master somehow, and he doesn't necessarily want you there for it.
Let's stop him.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is we're coming with you.
All right.
Why am I not killing him though? I mean, you think we need to?
He's going to lead us
we
to where the
need him?
Demelith
Okay.
is.
Well, he's going to try to teleport farther away on his next turn. So you can tell him that, but he's not impressed. So you can try to do some kind of cast to stop him, or you can just follow him.
So you got me trouble teleporting very far?
Yeah. I wonder if I should just grab onto him and
to.
teleport with him.
Whoa.
Kind of do a Slim Pickens. Yeah. Woo!
Well, then you'll be by yourself with him.
Probably
if
not
he,
too
if he
far ahead.
bamfs all the way to the Demelith.
Hey, where you said that we were heading for the castle, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask the salamander. The castle's right up there, right? Sort of.
Again,
Barris knows where
you're
the
talking to
Demelith
him
is.
like you're super on friendly terms. He's in no way interested in having a conversation at the moment.
But Barris knows where the Demelith is.
Are you talking to Barris or the
No,
salamander?
but I thought he pointed it out to us before.
I bet he's talking to the salamander.
Yeah, I know that. I'm saying I don't know if we need the salamander to tell us
sure.
where it is.
Do you want to
Does
kill it?
Barris know for sure?
I believe
He
so.
thinks he knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go.
Who's gonna kill it? I'll kill it.
Sure. Go.
Firebolt.
Bodhi is up before you.
Bodhi.
I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt into it.
Go for it. Roll a 20.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
that's a
goody.
hit.
That is a
So
hit.
a 1 and an 8 together, 18.
I think you should try to damage this thing with some dice.
Or a weapon. Heavy as a 1d10.
Oh, it's the one you bought from Grisma in the castle, so that is a heavy crossbow.
1d10. Piercing.
Okay. And no bonuses on it?
No, because you don't have a proficiency, I don't
All
believe.
right, cool.
Yeah, 1d10 piercing.
Going. Five.
You hear a squealing sound as this thing gets knocked out of the sky and falls to the ground.
Cool. Do I get another one on that?
Yes. You can run up to it and get in melee range this time.
Okay, got it. Oh, I can?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to hack at it with that 15 that I just did.
Okay. Roll for damage with your Herald of Kelmar.
How come they stopped making those Herald of Kalmar movies?
I know. Neil Patrick Harris is too busy.
I think the Christmas one didn't do that well,
I don't
right?
know.
I don't know. It was funny enough, but
Yeah.
Is that National Lampoon's Harold and Kumar Vacation?
12.
Great. So this thing kind of screeches and squeals. It wriggles back and forth and starts to curl up like a spider around the point where you stabbed it. It starts flopping around the ground like a damaged bug. It's missing a couple legs. But again, it's about the size of a Cocker Spaniel, so it's kind of flopping around in the mud. And
Is there a way to finish it with a bonus action, just kind of leaning in with the sword, or no? With that?
Not really.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right.
Who's up?
You.
I will firebolt it.
All the elves are gathering around to watch you just sort of execute this thing.
10.
So, this thing disappears in a cloud of ash, and everything gets really quiet. Any remnants of the shadow illusions disappear.
Nice.
Real quiet. The woods all of a sudden sound like there's like no more life in them. Everything sounds dead.
That's good.
And a couple of things happen. One, you hear a sort of screeching noise back from where you came. It sounds kind of like tearing metal, like a metal sheet getting a sword dragged through it. Back where you entered the woods, like in the distance. So this is like way, way off somewhere to the east.
What could that be?
I think then it gets really quiet again, and then you guys notice, Twee, you are involuntarily throwing up.
Would you stop that, please?
Okay.
It's disgusting.
All right. Is it
Can you give me? Do you still have that note I passed you?
I
If
do.
not, I'll grab another piece of paper.
I do.
What is this note I'm writing you brought to you by?
Oh, this note writing brought to you by Big Six Sporting Goods. Big Six. We got another ball. Formerly Big Five.
Five stands for
What is what?
Big Five sports, five
knows?
major sports,
Yeah, I
maybe.
don't know.
I think it's Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America.
Really?
But then Australia, and then Antarctica, and Atlantis. I'm trying to think of all the major continents.
With A's, starting with A.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's the Peter Pansia. I'm sorry, that's an incontinent.
Oh, God.
You know what makes sense, Blaine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is he puking, I wonder?
I think Twee knows why he's puking.
He's pregnant.
It's got a hangover.
I didn't want to say anything, but that night at the Christmas party.
Roll a perception check. Tom and Bodhi.
7.
Yep, 19.
Barf.
Bodhi, you notice it looks like he's barfing a lot.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's blood in it.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Forenmeyer says, all right, what are we doing here? Are we marching to the castle? Are we time traveling? What the hell was that about? What are we doing?
Apparently, we saw this guy a long time ago who killed himself, and apparently that was the last sacrifice of an ancestor of the Demelith, I think is what was said.
Okay.
We mentioned that maybe we can turn back time, and it got him real squirrely and nervous, which means we should probably turn back time and undead that guy if we can.
Now it is actually a time I need to ask you guys something very important. Did you ditch Gago?
No.
Not intentionally.
Okay, because we were having a goof a couple episodes ago where he was trying to get you to take his special fairy drugs.
Yeah.
And
we
you
don't wanna
said
take it.
bye, and he was like, "Oh, I wasn't gonna leave," and you were like, "No, bye, like get out of here." And he was
No.
like,
Oh,
"Okay."
no, we just didn't want to take this.
So
this
has he been
drugs.
fluttering around this whole time?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Okay. Gago remembers how to turn back time.
Okay. I know what I have to do with traveling,
Okay.
but what does Gago say?
He says, we're gonna go back in time. I guess it means going back into one of those caverns, like where you got the gauntlets of ogre power.
Okay.
That's how you
Right.
met that dude twice. That real annoying dude.
Uh-huh.
The dude who cut his
Yeah,
stomach
yeah,
open.
and we saw him again.
You met him a second time, and he had just gotten off the boat.
Right.
Right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And those caves are close to here, aren't they?
Well, that one collapsed
Oh,
because a purple worm chased you out.
right.
But if you could find another drow ruin that goes underground,
Does anybody know of a drow ruin that goes under the ground?
Where's,
you've had 2 other drow ruins mentioned to you during the course of this campaign, and I won't make you struggle to reach into your marijuana brains to remember.
Ken doesn't
I
smoke.
do not have
No,
a
no,
marijuana
no, no.
brain.
I mean-
I have a 54-year-old brain.
That's fair. It's just as good as a marijuana brain.
I'm 52, but I'm pretty fucked up.
I don't even know that you necessarily have smoked marijuana now, Blaine and Brian, but I'm just implying that you have done something to your brain that I can make fun of.
All right.
At some point in the past. Doesn't have to be now.
I accidentally ate a bunch of wasabi today, thinking it was green tea
Really?
ice cream. Nah.
Oh, okay. Also, I like to make fun of other people's
Mater
brains.
does that in Cars too.
I
does.
I have a worse memory than probably anyone else at this table, so I like to.
What
I like-
table?
The other two times you had drow caverns mentioned to you, one of them is south of Misery's Finger. It was near where you met that old drow witch who gave you her house.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Dwarfs, stone dwarfs. Yeah.
She told you there was a drow stronghold just east of her hut, and she suggested you wouldn't enjoy
some
going
money.
there. Also, the other time was when you had re-encountered Lekis in the Lunar Elf Woods. He told you the Lunar Elves had a drow cave that they were using to rewind time. So,
On this map, or is it on the bigger?
the big map.
I would
Wu-Tang
think we
map.
should try with the house. And if we can go back in time around this house, and maybe we can
It's a
So-
nice house too.
the answers to the.
It's a
This
nice house to hang out in.
on the big cave, the big
We're
map.
over here, though, right?
Yeah.
You guys are here.
Yeah.
The strong
Strong Drong. The Dring Drang Drong.
Yeah.
The drow stronghold is here. This is where there's a small population of drow that you'd even considered recruiting to come
Right.
fight the Demelith, but decided they were bitchy and you had not.
They are
Lekis is up here with the Lunar Elves.
Right.
You know you went dipped around.
Yeah, but that was a mess. The Lunar
So,
Elves. That didn't
if-
go well.
Those are the two you know about. At one point, it might have even been from Gago. Gago would be happy to reiterate that now. You heard there might have been caverns all over the island, and that this was just a random one he knew about, the one that caved in. So there might be more. But those are the two of the three you know about that haven't caved in.
All right.
We just need to figure out how long we have to be under, and
Yeah.
how far we have to go back.
Let's find a cave, and then we will get like a jack-o'-lantern or something. You know what I mean? Like something that will decay rapidly. Like take a bite of an apple, and go underground for X amount of time. Come out and see how
what
far
happens.
that see how
Right.
brown it's turned.
Experiments.
Kind of get some sort of baseline of how to do this, and then we kill Hitler. Now we don't kill Hitler; we kill baby Hitler.
It's the way to go.
Super easy.
Baby Hitler only can protect himself with baby Nazi soldiers, and they're really easy to defeat in battle.
Goering is adorbs.
So,
Well, the civilians were partly responsible.
I have such a horrible joke sitting in my mouth.
you hear that metal screeching sound again, and Forenmeyer suggests we got to come up with a plan of attack. He doesn't know of a drow ruin in his woods. He thinks we can pretty much scratch that off as a possibility. If there's another drow ruin, it's either you just missed it or somewhere you haven't explored before, but it's not in the woods where you discovered his encampment in Morgothal, the walking city. So
Okay.
you gotta find drow. Gotta find a drow cave, or meet with Lekis again, or go to the stronghold. But you might have you've either got some recon or some traveling to do.
Right.
It feels like fighting Fenzehn without trying this isn't going to end well.
Well,
The
Demelith.
The Demelith, yeah.
Demelith, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because it was too late.
Right.
We have to undo the sacrifice of the weird bark.
So we
guy.
got to find that guy again and then
Yes, and make him
not let him kill
Exactly,
himself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Has he only done it once? Because we've met him more than once.
He would have done it at least twice at this point, but it almost seems as if the time loop, the way it worked, him killing himself is a stuck moment in time unless you stop it.
Right.
So you fast forwarded the last time you
Right.
encountered him, and you fast forwarded past him killing himself.
Right. So you know, back. I'm still concerned about what else we're gonna undo if we go back in time, though.
Yeah, like vampires coming back to life and
Yeah,
stuff.
all that shit.
Or coming back to death. I don't even know anymore, man.
Wait, will we lose our levels?
What?
No.
So
I'll
that's good. We're
promise you
stronger
this:
now.
whatever happens with time,
Will I have fewer gray pubes?
your party will be a fixed point in time that can travel forward and backwards.
Okay.
So whatever you take with you will
Like
not.
Entourage. Sorry.
The real Entourage was Christ's apostle.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, and our
Freaking
Entourage
really
also has a
delicious.
turtle in it. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Patreon shows.
Yeah. Nug Nug, Tom Lennon.
Nope.
Hey, so what you gonna do?
We're gonna
Because they're gonna come for you.
I'm gonna come for you.
we're gonna go back in time.
What do you guys
in
think? What's
time.
the quickest drow cave we can get to?
Formeyer shakes his head and grits his teeth and says, probably the Lunar Elves. Probably the Lunar Elves.
I really don't like those guys.
I don't like them either.
It's not that much further to the other one.
So if again, you guys are looking at the map again, here's some areas of the map you haven't explored yet. There's the Hills of Hope to the south. There's the human monastery there. That's abandoned. You're doing a weird, funny thing. And it's, yeah, and then Count Diandel's castle, which you've never been to, is in the northwest. And then Count Zelor's castle is in the far northeast island, but that probably would be the longest you could travel.
But it'd be... Wait, did Fen have a castle? Did Fen have a castle?
You're not sure. Barris kind of tells you he thinks Fenzehn was based out of the marshes.
Oh.
Dude, these are dumbass fantasy
yeah,
names.
but
You can
this-
mispronounce
oh,
it.
But then we can look at the castle. We can go check out the castle if everything's cleaned up and nice and quiet here,
Maybe.
you guys.
Yeah.
That is a thing. You guys do kind of realize as a group when you say that out loud that all the vampires are gone except the Demelith.
Yeah.
What you know about the Demelith is this. He was a vampire. He became a lich. And somehow he has done some sort of sacrifice where he is now a part of the entire island. He is thousands of years old. And some sort of physical part of him is probably in this castle.
This castle.
In the marshes of Golduz. And he is no longer has any of his sort of clutch of vampires to protect him. That said, supposedly it's too late.
So
So something might be happening in the castle without the vampires. Yes.
Yeah.
It was that
He
dragon?
The little, yeah.
The little fairy dragon
Yeah.
All right.
was a vampire.
Oh
Devil's
shit.
is over Fenzehn.
Okay.
Fenzehn's the last
No,
one.
I know that, but I thought the dragon
lost
was
the
attached to
dragon.
Fenzehn, and we were still trying to get him.
No, you found the weird ass little worm
Yeah,
creature
I know,
that.
it
Can't believe that worked out.
It just seemed like a weird little creature.
Well, he knew a lot of illusion magic, and that was what
Is that going to get
the
us
Demelith
level 8
wanted
soon?
most.
Is that guy a big? Well, he didn't have a ton of hit points.
No, he
it was
didn't.
a
But that's
major
not
part of the
necessarily
thing.
what gets you experience
Yeah.
points.
Right.
So you did gain a healthy chunk, but you've got the experience points from level 7 to level 8 is 11,000. So you did
Jesus.
not get 11,000 experience points for killing.
Damn it.
So
A
do you
vampire
guys want to
trader.
check out the castle or
Yes. Well, yeah.
no? All right.
So you trudge through the swamp. It takes you a few hours, but you see eventually, as the trees again begin to thin out, a sunken castle with towers broken off of it, but it's massive. It looks like it goes deep into the earth. It almost looks like a dwarven castle that has had some sort of creepy-ass curse put on it.
There's some drought tunnels off of it.
There's crows flying around, but otherwise it's very quiet. There's a main entrance into a courtyard. You can't see inside the courtyard, but some of the walls are chipped away. There's nothing living or undead in sight, other than the birds.
Let's see what we can see.
Yeah, you don't have the thing you have in our other party, right?
The scare.
Yeah.
No, he got that
Scarab
from
had that.
Grisma in Glorindon.
He's
He can.
everywhere.
Can you take a
I'll
look at the
Yeah, I'll
castle?
look at the castle.
You get just all. It becomes a blur of bright red when you
Sure.
wave it even
I
near the
assumed as much.
castle. It's almost just all red aura.
Yeah. It's a big evil
Does that
magic.
necessarily mean that somebody's in there, or
just means
just
it's
that
some
it's
evil
a lot,
magic.
some shit has happened? Yeah.
Yeah, the latter. So it could just be undead magic, vampire curse, all sorts of crazy shit.
The farts that linger.
Like a bloody fart because it's red.
Oh, bloody farts are the worst.
Oh man.
I saw Bloody Fart open for Mastodon at the Palladium. So
You were at that show?
yeah, buddy. Got one of those $30
I
t-shirts.
saw Bloody Fart back when they were still Dry Fart. Before the singer left.
Oh man, he was great.
A blessing on your head, bloody fart, bloody fart. So what's going on in this castle over here?
There's a main gate. You can
Let's go through the main gate.
scurry on up there. None of the elves are a huge fan of this. They're trying to, again, keep their arrows drawn and in sort of like a rounded attack formation, but it's really quiet. As you go through the gate, you see that there is some sort of pool in the middle of the courtyard, but there's no other visible doors. Just this sort of blackened pool in the middle.
Wait, there's no visible doors on the castle?
No, like the courtyard, it's all just rubble and broken stone. It doesn't really look like there's anywhere else in the courtyard you can go. It looks like there used to be an entrance to a tower that's collapsed. It looks like there's a servant's quarters that got kind of caved in. There's a
Feels
looks
like Magic Mount.
So,
Any holes in the ground?
You think you see a lot of shadows in this pool. It looks like it might be very deep.
maybe that's the way in. What does it look like? Water?
Yeah, or dirty water.
Seems safe because
I think maybe we should maybe stay out.
I would
Maybe
say
stay out of
it's
the water.
just like as like a vague hunch. It seems the opposite of safe.
Let's not go in there then. All right, do we give up on this place then?
Barris says he's pretty sure whatever's left of the Demelith is below the water.
So we'll have to go
He
there
feels
eventually.
he's like, I'll be honest. I feel like as if there's a calling from my master as I get closer. I don't think I would.
Who said that?
Barris?
Barris did.
He's like, I don't think any danger of me falling under his command, but I do feel he's beckoning me to listen, and I'm denying him.
Hey, what's Barris's take on how defeating this guy? Does he think we need to go back in time, or does he think we just fight him head on here?
He kind of rolls his eyes and admits that he is a little embarrassed. He doesn't know a lot of the Demelith's secrets. This seems to be where he lives now. The only time he ever met the Demelith was when he still had a sort of humanoid form and came to him in the night. And
Right.
so this is sort of, different. He thinks whatever's left of him is down there. He thinks there's something physical down there under the water. He thinks when there was some sort of ritual happening that, perhaps his master is disappearing. He said he's felt more and more like Count Fenzehn had been biding time and distracting everybody and trying to get the other vampires to go ahead and carry on with making little slave cults.
Right.
They were trying to drink less blood off of people and scare people less and make the slaves kind of their pals, and it felt
That's
like biding
definitely why
time
we
and
wanted to
fucking
kill
around.
him. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's a real jerk.
Yeah, Barris is gross. But he felt like it was
Oh,
all
I thought we were talking about Fenzehn.
Oh, Fenzehn? Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Fenzehn was, like, encouraging everybody to do that. And he's wondering maybe it's because the Demelith was trying to disappear from the physical realm. And he's trying to wipe himself out. He tells you what he doesn't know about necromancy. There is something called a Demelich. And a Demelich is a kind of archlich or lich that, often reduces itself to just a skull, and then its spirit sort of can travel around the different planes of existence. And so he thinks what's happened here is the Demeliths somehow become part of the island, and it's under the water. And when a Demelith is all gone, everything will be all gone.
Well, sounds like we need to start digging.
Yeah, he says either we should go for a swim or we should go underground.
The world?
Yeah.
We can't go for a swim. I'm not
so.
getting in any water. We'll all get killed and drowned. And then,
The only way to beat it is to go back and not have it get its full power. Right?
Yes, but
Well, he just basically said that if we like kill it physically, that'll.
Everybody do a
world, yeah.
everybody do a perception check.
15. Yep, 18.
There's a lot of great rolls. Vroom, vroom, vroom. The ground shakes, and you all stop and notice. And you hear a screeching noise, again coming from the east.
Guys, I get the feeling that sound is a whistle being blown. I have a feeling
I thought the whistle was like a dog whistle, and you wouldn't hear it. It would just be. You could just follow it.
There's something being activated. So whatever's happening, I think the clock is ticking on this.
Yeah, well, let's find a drow tunnel.
Gaga says he can go back to the ferries and see if anyone knows. He's originally from the Marshes of Gulduz. This is sort of his town. He doesn't fuck with the Demelith. He just sort of goes to the outskirts of the woods and fucks other ferries.
We just need some drow tunnels.
So yeah, he'll go see if there's anything else closer, so you can avoid the lunar elves.
Okay.
So he goes and flies off. Forenmeyer says he doesn't know if we should go closer to the screeching or farther from the screeching, but he would like to do something about the screeching because it sounds like something crazy is happening to the east.
It wouldn't be that big tree guy that we reactivated.
You don't know.
Yeah, we don't. Shall we head east, see what we see? Or head west and go away from
You could send a scout of some kind.
Let's do that.
I'm going to go straight up
Okay.
and just sort of follow sort of take a look at take a look east.
Cool. So Twee, plucks a little song on his lute, and he goes flying up in the air. You see a very familiar sight doing something really weird. A giant tree-like form is stomping around at the edge of the marshes, and it appears to be fighting something. Uh-oh. You can't quite tell what it is because you're about 5 miles west, and it's just far enough away where you can see Morgothal very clearly because he's gigantic. But you can't quite tell what he's fighting because even though it's very large, you're 5 miles away. So it's like a speck.
Let's help Morgothal.
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to dimension door over there, take a quick look, and then fly back, I believe.
So,
actually, no, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to fly over really fast.
Okay.
And dimension door back if I have to.
Okay, I'm glad you're that specific because once you start flying over there, things start to look very violent very quickly. You realize Morgothal, first of all, you see the steps where he had marched from further east. There's giant craters behind him. You'd only seen him march through the woods before, so now that he has marched across the plains, you can see where he's knocked trees over and boulders and left the dirt overturned, and it's just a big motherfucker. He is fighting what looks to be like 4 or 5 stone giants. Wow. These stone giants have no heads. They all have heavy steel armor on with a sheer steel plate bolted over where their neck stump would be. Not unlike a large monster you saw when you fought Count Zelor. So there's a bunch of headless giants with giant clubs just hacking at Morgothal, the lost city. And so he's just swinging his arms around, just trying to knock these things over and stab them with his fingers and smush them. And they're pretty wily. They don't have heads really, so they're kind of like doing whatever they can to knock pieces of Morgothal off. And as you get closer, you see there is also 4 headless mind flayers floating around, casting spells on Morgothal.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go back to these guys and tell them what I've seen.
All right.
Well, that's not good at all.
Yeah. I know, right?
What happened?
Anyway.
You tell Bodhi, and Bodhi just kind of blinks at you and goes, "Die, huh?"
Man,
Gotta go back in time.
I don't like that guy, but... Oh, we're not going to help Morgothal?
If we back time up, will not have happened yet.
That's true.
I just don't know. I'm still concerned about how much damage going back in time is going to do. Because we've done a lot of work to get to this point.
Right. But it's also... It doesn't feel like you can beat him otherwise.
No, there's no other solution.
Here's the other thing, too. It's like if we undo any work that we've done, like a vampire comes back to life or something, we've already killed him once. We know how to do it again.
Yeah.
And we can set traps, lay in wait for these guys.
Or just avoid them altogether and go straight to the Demelith. Since we also know
that's
where
what
the
you do,
Demelith
yeah.
is. All right. We're still waiting on Gago to get back to us if there's any shortcuts.
Yeah, while you're waiting, Forenmeyer hears about what's happening to the east, and he says, that sounds very violent.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Morgothal, the Lost City, and is, cheered and excited that his dream has come true. Morgothal is starting to fight for you, it sounds like, but your old pal Shmoo is in there steering, it sounds like. But yeah, it sounds violent to the point where like we could go into battle and help Morgothal. Morgothal he still seems to be dreaming of like Morgothal coming over here, reaching into the pool and just ripping what's left of the Demelith out of the pool. But then
that's still not going to help.
Right. And then
Because the apocalypse has happened, basically.
Right. And then Count Barra says, well, he's got one more idea. He is technically the only surviving child of the Demelith. So he can try to commune directly with the Demelith and make a plea to it to at least meet with you.
I don't think that's going to do anything good at all.
No.
He's like,
But wait, but
this
if he's-
might be our only chance
But
to
if he's
talk
an
to the
ancestor and he has
Demelith.
to sacrifice himself, then it's not too late. If he's an ancestor of the,
No, he's not
Descendant.
a descendant. He's a vampire child. He's like, he was bitten by the Demelith. He's not a. It's a different kind of blood
not
relative.
related. Yeah, got
The bard that we're talking about, Horo, is an offspring of an offspring of an offspring, many generations
Horo, man.
descended.
That guy was
Yeah,
nuts.
gotta keep them separated.
Totally.
You know what we really have to keep separated? The church and state.
Oh, man.
They're all sort of church related. Or religion. Your inside thing.
Hey,
Yeah, so
hey,
he's
you know
so-
what? I gotta be
so-
honest, Brian. I don't know what's worse. Bad religion or actual religion.
All right. Go to Paris, France.
But
know
yeah,
what to do.
Barris says, he'll rewind time with you, he'll do whatever you want, but to slay Fenzehn is no easy feat. You can't just face Fenzehn and say, I know you're going to cast illusions on me.
Demelith.
No, but he's saying if we rewind time, he doesn't think we'll be able to get to this castle so easily again.
Got it.
So whatever you want to do once you rewind time, this might be our last chance to speak to the Demelith directly.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should ask it what we should do to it.
He's like, yeah, well, I don't know if I would just say, tell us how to kill you. I mean,
Hey, if we were going to go back in time and kill you, what would we do?
Wait. So now, if we go back, is there somewhere we can trap the Demelith now that will keep it trapped after we've turned back time?
well, turning back time pretty much implies you'll undo whatever you would do.
Unless it's some kind of a logic puzzle that I'm not smart enough to figure out. Like something.
Do we have
I will tell you guys this. I've known about the time travel aspects of this since the very beginning, and I have worked out a couple dozen ways that you could approach this. So,
we can't work out a single one.
How?
right, and this is the annoying part: is you at least have a couple of options here that you have already talked about just now.
How about let's see what Barris can do with this guy.
Yeah. Let's let Barris
what
talk to
happens
him.
as a
This is
result.
okay. So what he's going to try to do is,
'Cause we're fucked anyways right now.
Yeah. How much time is left?
yeah, what are we at?
13 minutes left.
Okay, cool.
So Barris says, Fenzehn always told us we were never allowed to speak directly to the Demelith, but we always knew he was in the back of our minds. So all I have to do without Fenzehn here to police me is quiet my mind, and he should come to me. So he just sort of finds a pile of rocks in the courtyard, just kind of bows his head and gets quiet for a while. And
Noonan.
you guys go over, start poking him with a stick. He doesn't respond. And then his head pops up.
And?
He kind of looks at everybody, and you get the distinct impression that, he probably would have talked if it was just Barris. He's being weird.
Okay.
It's the Demelith.
But he's not making the first move.
Okay.
Well, we're here. We found you.
It's too late.
We know it's too late.
Oh.
We're not worried about that.
It's too late for you, maybe. Not too late for us.
Yeah, what he said.
Not too late to suck my dick.
Wow.
All right.
I had to pause for
That
that.
is rude.
I don't know why you have to work blue. He was gonna ask him. He was gonna.
Well, he was just going to
communicate with him. But
Yeah,
we
he opened a door.
Well,
Hey,
how do we kill you?
yeah, how's the water?
I invite you to kill me.
as far
I'm
as
at
he
the
considers
bottom of the
it's
pool.
over.
Jump in.
He doesn't know what we know.
Right.
Does he?
You don't know?
I think we've got you.
Really? Like I said, jump in. There's but a shard of bone left. Split it in two. See what happens.
What?
That's all that's left of him, I guess.
I don't know what to.
Well, I don't know what good threatening him would be and
Right.
telling him that we know how to defeat him.
Right.
Yeah, that's James Bond stuff.
But I'm confused because Dipshit wanted to talk to him, and now Dipshit's not talking to him.
No,
Barris.
he's letting us talk to him.
Right, but I thought Barris was going to ask him questions. I'm saying I don't know what.
Barris is going to commune with him so we can communicate with him.
Right. Well, so what are we going to?
Barris is not helping you. It
Barris
feels
is
like.
out.
Yes.
Whether he intended to or not, it's not working.
All right.
Hey, where's Barris?
He's in here. You want to see him again?
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
come on. Go either way with that one. Don't tell him we said that. I know he's in there.
We figured out a way to unkill Haru?
Hora.
The guy?
You tell him.
Yeah.
He stares at you. All of a sudden, Barris's neck twists really hard, and he disappears in a puff of dust.
All right.
The ground begins to shake.
Get out of here. Go
The castle
do what we got to do.
does not seem stable all of a sudden.
All right.
Get the fuck out of there.
The elves wave west. They're panicking, so they're running
we're going.
away from the screaming of Morgothal and the headless
Yeah.
giants.
Okay.
And so they're just doing kind of a blind run away from the castle.
Us too.
You guys get, about a quarter of a mile away before you see it just sort of collapse inwards. But the ground keeps shaking.
Keep going.
The ground seems uneven, and as you go farther and farther west in the swamp, the shaking decreases a little bit. Okay. But it did feel like it was getting worse before it was getting better for a second there.
Yeah. Let's find a tunnel.
You guys are starting to
Gago.
approach
We're
some.
fine.
Gago again.
Gago is nowhere to be found at the moment. He's kind of doing recon for you at the moment, but you're hoping that because these are his woods, he'll find you through the fake creatures and the gossip train. So as you go farther west, you're getting into hills again. The marshy trees are still muddy and gross and sticky, but there's cliff faces, and as you know.
Cliff Huxtable faces.
You're starting to see very sharp spires of rock.
Which way is west from here? This way?
Yeah, so there's little mini mountains sort of jaggedly sticking out of the ground. You also realize as the marshes get a little thinner, you don't hear the stomping and wailing sounds of whatever Morgothal was fighting. So you've gotten away from him and his battle quite a bit. He was kind of over here fighting, and now you're kind of
A lot of help we are.
Here.
So-
a good place to go.
You are now in the far southwest corner of the map. You've got the elves. A couple of them are wounded pretty badly, and they're trying to heal each
I'll heal
other.
those guys up.
Foreignmeyer thanks you. He comes out of
I want
his
to camp and heal up all.
yeah.
of them.
He recommends it. He says
I'll throw up a tiny hut.
morale's kind of low right now amongst his people. They don't like the sounds of everything they're hearing. So
Beef up.
Wish we had a bard to
Well, they're
play
gonna-
a pretty song.
You know what? I got one thing better than a bard. I have the comedy of Rita Rudner, ladies and gentlemen. Come on out, Rita. I
She
like
uses that
to.
song?
Yeah,
It's a
she's-
Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Right. Why would she use that?
She was
Rita
on
Rudner.
Tonight Show.
Oh, a lot, right?
Jesus, Brian. I'm sorry, Rita. Go ahead.
Oh, I like to sleep because I get to be alive and unconscious at the same time. It's my Rita Rudner impression.
So, much more normal emo.
Yeah, she's the first headliner I ever saw in a real comedy club. in 1985. I saw she was headlining, and the feature was Jonathan Katz. It's a great show.
Oh, wow.
Great show.
That'd make you want to do it, I bet.
Yeah, next week I did my first open mic.
Hell yeah, you did.
1985.
Fuck.
November 6th.
And then we started playing D&D.
Yeah.
You throw up a Liamon's tiny hut.
I threw up more of a medium-sized
Entenmann's
Radio
Tiny
Shack.
Ooh, I like Entenmann's tiny. It's got the crumble.
Yeah, so good.
Entenmann's Tiny Hut.
And it's tasty.
We're probably done, right? Yeah, let's.
So, Barris is dead.
Oops.
And you've got the elves, and you're sort of in the middle of this creepy wasteland with big, sharp metal spikes sticking out of the ground. After a while, you see a cloud of what looks like large beetles kind of buzzing over your hut.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Are they zeroing in on us?
They're like 20 feet off the ground, so you can't really see what they're doing, but they're like...
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
But they're sticking to like a city block radius near the hut, as if they know something's there.
all right. Well,
Keep resting.
it's hard to sleep with the giant beetles.
Are you guys resting near each other in the hut, or are you kind of huddled up? What are you doing?
We're resting on each other in the hut.
All right. Well, one of
We're playing that game where you put each other's heads on each other's stomach and you start laughing.
one of the giant beetles kind of comes over to you guys and starts right kind of directly above you, almost as if it can see inside the hut, and it just starts buzzing really loudly, making kind of a droning noise.
Annoying.
And so you're trying to rest, and this thing's starting to... you almost feel like it's looking at you, and it's really kind of disconcerting. You can't sleep because this thing is just kind of like...
I'm not down any hit points, so I can wake up. He points his head out, or puts his head out.
Cast a poison spray at him.
Okay. Go for it. What is...
2d12, I think, or 1d12? 2d12.
I have to look something. 1d12,
What is
and it's increased
Dan looking
to
something
2d12 at
up,
5th level.
If you're visiting Los Angeles and you're at the Grove, why don't you drop in and have a bite at the Axel Restaurant? It's a great place to fill up on braid.
What?
19 points of poison spray.
19?
I'm actually going to GNR this week.
Oh, really?
Kind of stoked.
Where are they?
Playing at the Forum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Penthouse Forum?
I never thought I would be writing a letter about seeing Guns N' Roses.
So
It'd be good for your slash fiction.
you poke your head out of the hut, and you see this thing buzzing like 20 feet above you. You can barely make out what it is, but you fire off the poison spray and just nail it. And you hear a very pathetic squeak noise, and it plunks to the ground next to you.
Oh, no.
And you see gasping for breath
It's Gago.
Gago.
Why do you look like a beetle?
He has always looked like a beetle, and looked like a beetle. In fact, when Bodhi swung his sword and hacked at him
What? I thought he was like a little
a couple
fairy.
dozen episodes. He is, but from a distance because he has black wings.
we would know.
No, that's why I described him like that, because this is how he has come across multiple times from a distance as a large
All right.
buzzing beetle.
So what'd you do to him?
I killed him, I guess.
He's twitching on the ground.
I'm going to throw
there
a
you
cure wounds on him.
He takes the cure wounds and he says, you fucking
I thought you were,
piece
I
of
thought you were a terrible beetle.
So sorry, Gago.
I mean, I seriously looked like a beetle when you hit me with the sword. Like it was. This is the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but this wasn't me
looking at
this
a
time.
beetle.
Same. Wait. we're all born a certain way.
Listen, there's a island of vampires and stuff. We're a little on edge.
We're jumpy.
Yeah, so
Oh, you fucking dick fuck a dick. Urethra inside out puppet dick nut shitburger.
I'm gonna cause some wounds here in a minute.
Ah, fuck. I'm dying again. I only have 11 hit points. This is fucked up. Please stop doing this.
No, he's not really doing that. He's joking.
No, I'm just.
Oh, thank God.
But I am gonna cut one of his fingernails too short.
And exactly like Julia Louis-Dreyfus in an episode of Seinfeld, she goes, "Oh, my cuticle." So yeah, he tells you. Did you just get it? I hope that's what it was. He says there's a drow cave just off the beach. There's
That's handy. Sorry about the poison.
northwest of here. And
A drow cave right off the beach. Maybe it's near the mystery spot. We can stop in and get some lunch.
Well, in episode 34, I guess we'll head out or check out the Drow Cave.
The Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. You're a naughty sea monster, Sigmund.
Oh, yeah. And then when we're done, we watch television.
Did you ever see that?
no. I was more of a
From the
Beanie and
70s.
Cecil
All right.
kind of guy. That
You
was
know,
my sea monster.
Great.
Why don't you Google Johnny Whitaker and then get comfortable in your K-hole?
My K-hole is for Bob Clampett only. Thank you very much.
You know, there's room in your hole for a lot of guys, Dan.
Go see
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Brian Posehn in Bloomington, Indiana with Jeremy Essig. You guys.
Oh, yeah, please.
And please get your 2-for-1 Mad Magazine subscriptions on madmagazine.com.
I'm going to be charming some proto-quarks at CERN in France all this weekend. Tickets still
yeah.
available. Go to my website, blainatcern.org.
Oh, are you getting the Large Hadron Collider to open for you?
Oh, man. I'm getting a small Hadron Collider to open for me. The Hadron Collider's lost a lot of weight. Looking really good.
I just hope the God particle is not running lights, because it is not very forgiving. I don't know what that means.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.